Hi little chef, this is a day in the life as a chef on a yacht. One of the owners likes to eat breakfast first thing in the morning and the other likes to wait a bit. He prefers a heartier breakfast, so I'm making steak and eggs. And she prefers a lighter, simpler breakfast like toast and almond butter. They're gonna go hang out on the beach today with their friends, so I packed them up some sandwiches and sent them on their way. The crew stays on board to clean, cook, and work on projects. Around 11 a.m., I served crew lunch, which was salad, Bahamian mac and cheese, and hamburgers. I looked outside my galley window and it's been threatening to rain all day, but still hasn't. Tomorrow I'm preparing a barbecue for 24 guests on board. I'm doing the prep today because tomorrow we're going to be underway and it's no fun to prep food while the boat's moving. For proteins, I'm doing hot dogs, hamburgers, pork ribs, and beef brisket. And for sides, coleslaw, broccoli salad, baked beans, corn, mac and cheese, tabbouleh salad, ceviche, and the list goes on and on. My ribs and brisket have been slow roasting in the oven all day long, so I'll take that out and brush on some barbecue sauce. Tomorrow, right before lunch, I'll pop those in the oven and get that barbecue sauce nice and caramelized. Got my cornbread out of the oven and prepped my acai bowls for tomorrow's breakfast. The guests came back with some yellow eye snapper and mackerel, so Captain Mark got in the kitchen with me. We made ceviche and smoked fish dip. When the boys come back with fresh fish, I get super excited. See you tomorrow. Bye, little chef. Hi little chef, welcome to a day in my life as a chef on a yacht. I started my prep for dinner by cutting up cherry tomatoes and pureeing some butternut squash. Tonight, I make lamb. We are going Greek tonight, little chef. So for cocktail hour, I made everyone take shots of ouzo and I served up some spanakopita, olives, and pistachios. For the starter, I'm plating up some Greek salad. It's raining outside, so the guests are eating in the indoor dining room. So I'll shut the door to the galley so they can have some privacy. While the guests are enjoying their first course, I'll go back into the galley and start plating up the mains. I always use this little side table in the galley for plating. Onto the plate, I'll start off with my butternut squash puree, my little tabbouleh mix, and my perfectly cooked lamb, garnished with some parsley and some fleur de sel, which is the most amazing salt in the world. The owners love to rank my dishes, and for one of them, this ranked as number 1. While everyone's enjoying the meal, I'll get started on dessert. For dessert, I'm making some ice cream, of course in the Ninja Creamy, and topping that with some spiced nuts. One of our guests just came back from Spain, so he brought these desserts to share with everybody. After dinner service, the crew will eat, I'll clean the galley, and we'll all come down to crew quarters to hang out. See you tomorrow. Bye, little chef. It's like glass this morning. The boys got back from fishing. Let's go see what they caught. Their cooler was packed with yellow eye snapper and one giant mackerel. The captain got into the galley with me. He worked on the fish dip and I worked on making the ceviche. For the ceviche, I threw in some red peppers, jalapeno, and lots of lime juice. I used about 8 to 10 limes. Then I'll cube up my fish. Yellow eyes are a super mild and delicate white fish, and they're found in about 1,000 feet of water. So when the boys go fishing, they go out miles from shore. They'll drop a line with a 15-pound weight attached. We use squid as bait, and we've always had pretty good luck. Now, you might be thinking, how long does it take to reel a pull-up from 1,000 feet of water? Well, it takes about 5 minutes with the method we use. No hand reeling involved, we have electric fishing poles. Simply hit a button, and up it comes. Some might call this cheating, but hey, I'm happy. It tried to pee on me. The barbecue for 24 people is tomorrow, but we're going to be underway the whole day and I'm not going to have any time to prep. So I'm getting everything prepped today so that way tomorrow all I have to do is warm it up. I wish I had a smoker on board to smoke all of these proteins, but I'm going to have to slow roast them in the oven. We're cooking up some brisket and pork ribs. And tomorrow, right before lunch, I'll grill off the hot dogs and hamburgers. To season up the ribs and brisket, I'm using a barbecue seasoning. This particular seasoning that I'm using has a smoky flavor to it, so hopefully we can get that smoked flavor without actually smoking it. Another ingredient that I add for some flavor and a touch of sweetness is Coca-Cola. I saw it in a recipe a while ago, started using it, and never stopped. I'll wrap these up with some tin foil and throw it into the oven at like 250 degrees for about 8 hours. Low and slow is the way to go. For the barbecue, we're gonna have kids, adults, some that are vegan, low FODMAP, low glycemic, so we're gonna have a lot of variety at this barbecue. As part of my job, I need to make sure that I'm catering to all dietary restrictions. I originally thought that these restrictions would limit my creativity, but it's not done that. I'm serving a 3-course meal tonight. The first course is a Greek salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, feta, and a really nice balsamic vinegar. Typically you'll see red onions, but one of the owners can't have onions. We have 3 new guests fly in today, so I'm serving a total of 5 people for dinner. If I have a guest count of 7 or lower, I'll do plated meals, but anything above that, I'll serve it family style. As the guests are working on their first course, I'll be plating up the main course. I'll start with my roasted butternut squash puree, then I'll take the back of my spoon and do that classic chef swoop. Opposite the butternut squash, I'll set down a little pile of the tabbouleh. The tabbouleh is going to be a great foundation to set our lamb on top of to create some height. Lastly, I'll garnish the dish with parsley and fleur de sel. I made a white chocolate raspberry gelato that I'm topping with some spiced nuts. I candied these nuts with sugar, cinnamon, cardamom, and allspice. The guests finished with their mains, so I'll clear the table again and serve out dessert. This is the famous whiteboard down in crew quarters. As you can see, I made it on the board, and that's not a good thing. Let me explain this to you. Here are life lessons that the crew goes by. 51 or 49%, Humbled, and Leroy Jenkins. Smish. That's a new addition. I don't know where that came from. Here's my to-do list that I have to do at night. So I have to make the coffee. I have to set up the coffee, so that all the crew has to do is just turn it on in the morning. I have to bring 3 coffee cups downstairs. I have to make sure everything's washed and put away. He needs a cup of milky milk, so I'll just bring it and put it down there. Last night I did set up the coffee, however I forgot to put water in, so Abby does things 50%. Abby does her job 50%. So today there's a team meeting at 3 p.m. to address bullying. I got trapped in the hole 3 times, not once, 3 times. It's also about uniform compliance. Mark and Brian are out of uniform today. Here's our attire for the day. Gray and black, which I'm in right now. Brian is in gray and red, and Mark is in gray and blue. And then tonight we have black fishing shirts with khaki pants. Here's the countdown left until guests leave.